Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted for a while, and the reason for that is because I had schoolwork and a lot of exams recently, so I was pretty busy. Now, I know I've posted a lot of murder mystery videos recently, and I decided to take a little break and do a story time instead because I haven't done one for like a while. A lot of you guys actually enjoyed my other story times. So yeah, here it is, another story time, and let's get it. Now, before I begin, please subscribe as I will continue making more videos in the future. And yeah, let's get straight to the point, like always. So this all takes place in seventh grade, middle school, around 2020, I believe, or 2021. I don't know, I kind of forgot. So back in middle school, well, not back in middle school. I mean, we still use the same app even in high school as of right now. Um, it's called Schoology, I believe. I'm not really sure, but we mainly use that app to like do our schoolwork and that stuff. Now, keep in mind when using that app, obviously you have to use an account. I mean, you need a password, a username, and all that stuff. And you might start to see like where the story is kind of going. Um, so then, there's this one kid who, for privacy reasons, I'm just gonna refer to him as John, because I don't want to really say his full government name on YouTube. And even throughout this day, me and John are still like really close friends. And we still joke about this every day because of how funny it really was. Now, guys, so when you use the Schoology app, I don't think it's like this anymore, but back then, if you would like click on settings, it would show like your full information, like your password, username, your whole like phone number and everything. And John basically took this advantage and went to his like one friend's computer and he clicked the settings and he found his friend's password. Now, when he had his friend's password, he like logged into his friend's account and basically changed his profile and like wrote a lot of bad comments on people's posts. But unfortunately, guys, it was not just any people, it was literal teachers. Now, this is what like John ends up telling me about the password and like the username and all that stuff, and I give it a shot and I basically changed this poor guy's profile to like a furry and all that stuff and like changed his bio. Then I told my other friend who in this video we're just gonna call Sarah. And eventually Sarah ends up like telling almost everybody about this poor kid's password. And this is where stuff gets too insane and crazy. So eventually the kid ends up like telling the principal like how he got hacked, and they give him a new password, a new username, and that stuff eventually ends. However, the story does not end here, guys. So basically, one day, I remember we had like a sub for a class, and I was chosen to like send down the attendance sheet to the office. So yeah, that's what I did. And as I was looking at the attendance sheet, I realized everybody's passwords were on the sheet. So what did I do? Well, I took a photo of it, obviously. And obviously, when I found out about this, I told Sarah and John, and we just all went crazy, just hacking everybody's accounts. Like whatever password we saw, we would just like hack it. And then I remember because it was specifically my fifth period, I remember we like changed everybody's profile pictures to like some anime gotcha stuff. No, eventually, me and John, we both like kind of stopped doing this stuff because like we felt like it was like really wrong and that we would get in like serious trouble if we got caught. But Sarah, she just kept going. She was like she thought it was like really funny and all that stuff. And one day, Sarah, she like comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, I have a great idea." And so I'm like, "Okay, what's up? What's the idea?" And she like tells me saying that, "Oh, I ended up finding the teacher's username and password. You want to like hack it?" And I'm just like, "No." Like I just straight up told her like, "No, I don't think that's a great idea. You're going to get caught and like we're all going to get in trouble." But then Sarah, she kind of like peer pressured me like into saying stuff like, "Oh, you're scared, you're weak," and all that stuff. So then I was like, "Okay, fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. You know what? Let's do it cuz it will be so funny." And we decided to do our science teacher. So yeah, we did our science teacher, and I remember a couple periods like after that, because I had my science teacher in seventh period, and we did that around like fifth period, I believe. So right after that, I remember going to my class, and I remember my science teacher. She was like teaching, right? And all I remember was like my science teacher. She like saw her like profile picture, and she was like, "Oh my god, who did this? Who did this?" Like she started going crazy in class. And I remember, like, everybody in the class was, like, bursting out laughing and all that stuff, and she just called the principal she, like, called the principal right away because, like, Sarah wrote some, like, pretty inappropriate stuff in the bio. So yeah, and then I remember, like, the principal coming in their class, like, scolding everybody. It was insane. So then I remember getting called down to the office, and then I saw Sarah, John, and, the kid we, like, hacked before, like, the kid we used to, like, target for, like, hacking, and, all I remember was, like, my vice no, not vice president, I don't know why I was gonna say that, but, vice principal, she was, like, yelling at us, basically, she was, like, scolding us saying, like, "Oh, you guys can go to jail for this, like, this is illegal, blah, blah, blah," and she was like, "Oh, who was, like, the mastermind behind all this," and all that stuff, and I remember Sarah was, like, crying and all that stuff, and Sarah decided to take the blame, she was like, "Oh, I did it, it's all my fault." And, basically after this, Sarah ended up getting, like, suspended, and, I got written up, and I got detention too. John also got written up and all that stuff, and yeah, that's basically what all happened. Anyways, guys, that basically sums everything up. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you guys learned will learn, like, a lesson, to not hack people's accounts, especially, like, school accounts, because it will lead to, like, serious consequences in the future. Anyways, so if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and yeah, see ya.